Okay, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go over today as Arrowhead developer Cephas has taken to the Discord with a Q&A session with regards to so much info. Things such as war bonds, we're also going to talk super credits, and we are also going to talk about cross-save features. This is going to be an in-depth one, as well as some added points from the Reddit that we want to see inside of the game, and Ironsize is back with an almighty stinker. I absolutely love it and can't wait to see where this goes. Nonetheless, we're going to get involved with it today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be so greatly appreciated. And make sure that you check out our sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers with the most effective and healthy energy drink choice compared to the alternative tins that we're all bloody used to. But if you guys want to get your hands on some of it for free, because we've still got a few $25 gift card codes to give away, head down to the comment section and just simply put a red love heart. It's not even that deep. One red love heart and it'll enter you in, and we'll give some codes out to some of you guys in the comment section below. With that being said though, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now. So Cephas has hit the Discord and has been speaking about a lot of different things. People were asking questions, there were loads of things that they wanted to know with regards to the next war bond, super credits, and so much more, and it got really interesting. The next war bond, the talk on it, really got that deep. Now, we know full well that we're not likely to get one in the next week or so. Reason for that we'll get into in just a second, but Cephas does state that the next war bond will serve democracy well. Super excited to see your reaction to it. Now, as to when it's actually going to come, we have no idea, because realistically we normally get a bit of an advancement. As B Vitamin says right here, they're typically announced a week in advance. Urban Legends was an exception, so we are expecting absolutely nothing maybe for the next 7 days, and we'll have to wait and see as to when they actually hit an announcement. Hopefully it comes soon, or maybe we'll get another exception on the 1 year anniversary. We'll have to wait and see. It could be an interesting run through all the same. But what we do know is, after people have been speculating and wanting a Helldivers mobilized, so the original war bond, which was free of charge and bigger than everything else that we've seen, they've been wanting some more of that sort of stuff, although unfortunately there is probably a likelihood that that won't happen anytime soon, as Cephas states right here that we have plenty of cool ideas for different war bonds. Can't make any promises for new additional big free war bonds like the Helldivers mobilized ones, as it costs us a lot of money to make them, but sometimes if it makes sense for us to do it, then we'd be more than happy to release specific ones on special occasions for free. So what that could mean is that the year anniversary is definitely one of those special occasions, so it's a bit of a take left, take right. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section below. I can't imagine them doing it for a little while, because I think that actually the next conversation really leans into exactly why they do what they do, and I don't really know why they extended the war bonds to be such a lengthy gap, because actually this could have helped this factor out a lot. They went in to talk about super credits, as people wanted it to be earned in different ways, like at a few super Helldive rewards and such like that, to make super credits a little bit more accessible for the average person. Now, Cephas did respond to this and gave quite a hot take that I really back, and I actually genuinely understand. A lot of you guys may not be happy about it, but this is the reality of the company relation to what a game actually is. It states right here that the super credits earnable rate is a complex thing to tackle. It's one of the ways that we keep the game sustainable, as it allows to reinvest the money that we get from MTX purchases back into the game. And if we make it too easy for players to earn super credits, then we reduce the revenue we earn, which is an impact on our internal costs and, in a sense, what we're capable of producing in the long term. It's really important to us to strike a good balance between earning super credits feels fair for most players, yet allows us to keep working on the game for a very long time to come. Adding new ways for players to earn super credits adds a big repercussions to all of that and adds more complexity for us to consider. So it's a delicate thing, and I hope that makes sense. Now, for me, this makes solid sense. No company is essentially going to take a game that you pay a one-off game price of about $40, so a double A price game, and then make it so that the currency that you pay for is also extremely free to earn inside of the game. Already, I'd say it's way too easy. A lot of people are farming the life out of these super credits and have got easily about 3 or 4 war bonds in advance, but it's just a really difficult line to cross. I think that for me personally, the more we can put into the game, the more they can sustain it. The more they can sustain it, the more longevity we get from it. And I think for me, that's probably the most important thing. I want the longevity from this game, and I think that it fully well deserves it. So more power to them. If anything, they shouldn't have made it so easy to get super credits as it is now. So yeah, anywho, let me know your comments in the comment section below. That's quite a big one, and I know full well that a lot of you are going to be on both sides of the fence for this. We also have some really bad news, because cross-save is something that I have wanted for a little while. I have, for those of you guys who don't know, played on PlayStation from day one. Our channel started doing really well, and we were able to afford to get the PC upgrades. Now, unfortunately, there is no cross-save feature, and I refuse to do over 100 levels yet again on a second account. But this right here secures the fact that I may well have to. It states it's fairly low on our list currently, as far as I'm aware, but I understand the frustration. So the likelihood of us receiving any cross-save feature, maybe over the next 12 months, is pretty much 0. So for those of you guys who are in the same position as I am extremely sorry, but that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So that's pretty much confirmed now. Nonetheless, there are some things that we do want, and I think that this actually really needs to happen. We had this conversation yesterday as people were not using Heath. They were not going for that secure liberation to get Heath as the gambit. And I think that actually this post says it nicely, as we may need a new icon, a strategic advisory icon, which essentially says when they put up that strategic advisory for the gambit in certain planets, having a specific icon, maybe not a giant red exclamation mark, because that pretty much takes away from the defense campaigns, but a different icon that you can lean on and be able to see that there is a gambit in the midst, needs to really be up on there. I think that it'd be such a good idea to actually have that, because it can really inform the players, as for some reason, even though we had that strategic advisory of Heath being the gambit, they still chose to bloody ignore it and went for Angel's Venture anyway. So your guess is as good as mine as to what the hell is going on with this thing. Gambits are just so easy to really replicate out, and unfortunately we don't seem to be leaning on them. And just to give you guys a little bit of a smile, today a fantastic name came through the works with 13,000 upvotes on Reddit, as this states a nice little chat going on right now. Cookie, no way. XXE Mag, really recruiting anyone these days, huh? And Dog in a Helldiver suit. Woof. I absolutely love that, and we love these sorts of things because they really push inside of the memes, inside of the game. We all remember Friend, right? We all remember Friend. Yeah, I know. Well, now we've got Woof. Anywho, moving forward, we're going to be going into league territory, so make sure that you are on the edge of caution with this one, because these are quite big ones, and if you don't want to hear about them, this is the part of the video where you want to come off. So, with that being said, if you're all gone, thank you so much for watching. Let's see what it is that Iron Sights has got for us in the league territory playlist. So, starting off, as you can see right here, we've got the Dark Fluid status effect. Now, this recently updated a status effect caused by Dark Fluid attacks, which is really interesting. It also has like hallucinogenic effects, but I'm not sure if that's working right now. The effect seems unfinished. There is also Dark Fluid Pull status effect that is not working currently. So it means that the Dark Fluid is really getting lent on. We actually had to use the Dark Fluid, which created the wormhole that we now well love, which was Meridia. And this is exactly what he's come up with. I think that it's a very interesting movement, because the status effect looks awful. And actually, I am not looking forward to having this pop up on my screen consistently, considering that the status effect does look like it's unfinished. It just sort of cuts out at the end. There's no like delay point that kind of like just drains down. It seems like a straight cut, which would imply like that he's right. It's not finished yet, so we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. But yes, another one that we have right here is the Illuminate Illusionist Death Effect. Now, the explosion that occurs upon the death of the Illusionist now has sound. I'm going to quickly play this one for you for 2 seconds. And yes, that is absolutely terrifying. I don't know about you, but having those booms and the sonic waves going through the sky repeatedly as we are making these kills is going to lead for some interesting gameplay, that's for sure. For me, I think that the Illuminate, once they do finally hit their apex and have all of the different tiers that we are waiting on as far as enemy replicates, that is going to be an interesting one, and I'm really scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I am very scared. If we thought that the bugs and bots in full force were difficult, well, I actually think the Illuminate may well be a ×4 on the Richter scale for really difficult gameplay. So we're going to see exactly how it plays out, but that is a sound effect alongside the Illusionist Death Effect. Let me know your guys' opinions down in the comment section below, and really quickly taking a look at your top comments. You had a lot to say with regards to the Gambit and more, so we're going to take a quick look at what you had to say with this one, because this first one right here states, I love how once again Arrowhead provides in-game instructions on how to do Gambit, and again nobody goes for the Gambit. One planet was successfully defended while the other fell. we could have easily finished the planet defense portion of the MO had the Gambit been done, but now we have to defend one more planet, which is extremely frustrating. We managed to defend one planet instead of defending 3, so it is extremely confusing as to why the community do not understand that. This next one right here states that unless there's a major order specifically instructing us to enact Gambits, Helldivers will never understand Gambits. Immediately seen 20,000 divers defend Heath for Angel's Venture, and it hurt my soul. And yeah, it did hurt mine as well. We were diving most of yesterday, going in for Heath and doing our part to try and help that Gambit move along, and unfortunately it was wasted efforts because, well, it just didn't pull off the way that we wanted it to. And finally, we've got an idea here coming from a subscriber that states, new drone called the Saint Bernard that's equally with a stim pistol to heal you and your fellow Helldivers. I think it's quite a good idea, pretty interesting indeed, and would be useful for the most part. Obviously, it would have to be capped before that backpack became irrelevant, but that's actually quite a good idea. I kind of like the idea of that one overall. And even if you took that one into turret form, I think that would be quite an interesting one as well. Imagine a stim turret. That would be absolutely crazy. Nonetheless, I am just literally setting this out, and then once we've done this, we've got a live stream coming up later. So if you want to come and chill out with us as we go in for some more major order diving, make sure that you do. The party's open as per usual. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.